Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
The Rocket Review is so thrilled to bring back on a prolific singer, songwriter, world-class guitarist, Eric Gales. Eric, thanks for coming back on the show.
Thank you so much, man. Anything for Nashville, I'll do it, man. You close enough to Memphis that I can call you almost home.
And now you've got a brand new album that's come out, and I got to tell you, the tracks, I think it's probably the best album you've put out to date in your 30 years of recording, and it's called Crown. And I want you to talk a little bit about the catalyst behind the songs, behind the album, and also with you and Joe Bonamassa getting back together.
Man, me and Joe, I'm hesitant to use the term reunited, but we did, we met almost 30 years ago in Huntsville, Alabama. He was in a band called Bloodline, and I was with the original Eric Gales band, and he was opening for me, and we met then, and both of our hats flew off our head because we were blown away by each other. And, his career went in a trajectory that was astonishing, and I've been highly inspired and influenced by him and ever since back then. And my career, after a couple of years, shortly after that, went in another trajectory, and fortunately I didn't die in the process of the torment that I took myself through in the midst of that black hole for 30-something years. I almost died. I tell my story at every show. I almost died about 5 or 6 times, prison, heavy drug addiction and just a lot, man. So with the re-submerging, if you will, of Eric Gales as a whole, personally, health-wise, mentally, and everything, I just hit a marker of 5.5 years on January 15th of being clean and sober. The term Phoenix rising from the ashes it seemed to be one of the more repetitive terms that is coming from the mouths of a lot of these interviews. And they are, describing what they see and how they feel about Eric Gales resubmerging and taking my life back. Yeah.
And also having Josh Smith working with you, to where Joe and Josh produced this Crown album with you. So you flew in, and you and Josh and Joe and your wife put this thing together, and it's really an incredible leap for an album.
It is a leap, man. That's but it was basically a dream team put together, man, and the thing about having Josh and Joe, those are, in my opinion, 2 of the scariest and most deadliest guitar players in the world. And, them helping me produce an Eric Gales and put an Eric Gales record out, their mindset was completely in producer mode. They didn't come trying to make the best Joe Bonamassa record. They didn't come trying to make the best Josh Smith record. They came with all foots forward on making the best Eric Gales record. And everything that we contributed from day one to beginning to co-write for this record and include everybody from Kev Moe to James House to Tom Hambridge to my wife, LaDonna, to Josh and Joe. All of us came together, man, and put our minds together on an album that fit, things that I needed to say and brought to light through song format, things that have been happening in this world for quite some time that I have a platform to speak about. And I want people to know that, I'm not here to push anything down anybody's throat. I just want to have a conversation with the masses, and I hope that they receive it the way that it's given.
Well, and that's what I liked about the songs too. Besides covering so many styles, and I think even a few of them gave a nod to like your grandfather, who was a popular musician also, that played with Muddy Waters and Howlin' Wolf. But it's like you got to have your voice about your autobiographical life, Eric, and about the trials and tribulations you've gone through, but also about the state of the world and how you were reflecting on that. And so it's like you're saying a lot within one album.
Yeah, we managed to make it all happen in this album, man, and managed to have some fun doing it. Every day recording was very emotional, man. We all cried every day, man. You know, because the things and the melodies and the song content and my vocals was basically what Joe focused on the most. A lot of the interviewers are saying, you know, they're saying record of the year. You know, they're saying Grammy. They got all this coming, and I receive all that, man. And Joe and Josh told me specifically that, man, it's your time to accept your crown, man, and we're gonna help you get it.
Are there going to be singles coming out from the album? Are there going to be videos? What is the plan for this year as you take your crown?
Well, as of now, of this date, actually, Crown was the first single, and the video has came out already. It has Kev Mo as a guest referee in this video, and it has been viewed almost 350,000 times. And that's really, really, really good. Then the next one came out called You Don't Know the Blues, and it has been doing very, very well. The next video that's going to come out, which you know about this song because you've had a chance to preview the record, is Stand Up. That's the single that's coming out the day that the record comes out on January 28th.
With Crown, I mean, what an incredible album to start out 2022 with.
Man, you know what? It had been halted for a while. We recorded and worked on this record during the pandemic. So, you know, we were hardy at work during this whole thing, man. It got put off a couple of times. You know, when me and my wife caught COVID, it had to be put off, you know, for a little bit. And then 2020 came and we were done with it. But we didn't want to release this record amid the height of the pandemic because we wanted to be able to support the record, go out and tour. And, you know, we got this Omicron happening right now, but I think the record's strong enough to now and never. You know, it's time to put it out and let the pieces fall where they may. From all the people that's reviewing the record and giving it 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, and all of this sort of stuff, I think the record is going to do what it's supposed to do. And I am severely looking toward hearing that on the 28th of January that I get an email from my team that tells me that they see Crown #1 Billboard.
Well, and I got to ask you this too, Eric. You know, with your new signature model guitar, I noticed in a few of the press pictures that you had that guitar with you, and I also like the chair that you were on with Crown. You know, is the new guitar all over the new album?
That guitar is all over the new album. It is what I used. I used my signature amp, the DB Mark Raw Dog amp. I used that. So I used all of my signature stuff, and Joe was like, man, that tone sounds amazing, man. Let's go with what you have. And you know, Joe is known for having a lot of vintage gear, man. And he said, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It's holding up against everything that I got here, man. So, you know, that's what we went into. And I'm very, 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 very thankful for DV Mark and Mark Bass and all of the cats over there that, you know, support and sponsor and endorse my endorsement companies such as Magneto Guitars and Jimmy Dunlap with the MXR pedal, Raw Dog pedal that's out, that's doing well. And, you know, I'm feeling pretty good right now.
That's incredible. I tell you what, I love the new album Crown, and I think that the public and everybody else, I give it a 10 out of 10. I think your vocals really soar more than they have on any of your albums with Crown, and I always enjoy hearing your guitar work, especially on the little transitional jams you've got on the album in between songs. So can't wait to see more of the videos and singles. Eric Gales, thank you so much for coming on the Rock Interview, and congratulations on Crown.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of a Bobby Bones Show.